this isn't about one situation. This is about this is literally about. I do understand where you're coming from, 100%, Vinny. I think what this really is it's been not just this one incident. It's probably been a multitude of incidents that you've had to deal with over the course of I don't know how fucking long. What was that? Moss.
Hello.
Hey, Moss. So yeah, this is my new boss. I'm the main tank.
Chief. My name's Vinny Pistone. How are you?
Hello,
I'm the main
Mr.
tank.
Pistone.
I'm here to take all the hate.
How are you doing today?
Just trying to get some clarification on an issue that happened last night. Sorry, Peters.
No, you're all good. I'm sorry for interrupting you and the chief. It's good, but here's the reality. I think it's probably a fucking collection of situations that has probably happened for I don't know how fucking long. I do understand where you're coming from. I do. I mean, I think that it was warranted, right? Somebody coming up, Den gets fucking 13 alpha'd. Officers don't have context, so then they fucking respond crazy. Context is missing there. I don't think, and like you said, you brought up the situation before, and you probably have been dealt with fucking aggro cops for maybe I don't know because I haven't been.
Of our stops.
So that being said, it's like, look, we're obviously we're here to have a job, and it's like your boys, right? You're always gonna have your boys back no matter what. I have to have fucking my boys and girls back no matter what as well.
That's 100% valid, yeah.
So that being said, it's like one of those situations where it's like chopped up to or chopped down, whatever the fucking saying is. It's like it's an unfortunate circumstance. People were probably missing context on all sides. They saw a 13 alpha come up, and that's just how they fucking responded.
Just explain to me one thing. Why out of the 8 cops that were there that all had guns on us, right? Why the one cop that actually tried talking to us and let us know what was going on, and we would have been fucking more than happy to show ID and everything, right? That cop instantly got shit on, basically told to fuck off, and I won't be surprised if he probably will get in trouble for it, for fucking trying to overstep a fucking command member.
So
okay,
and that answers your question, right? The thing is, like, if he was trying to talk to you guys, that means the call was made to do something, and Bean was just one of my operators.
Then why?
Once again, that is the call that was made.
Not
Brother,
fucking de-escalating, and they rather escalate.
But that's
this
what
is my fucking
the call
point.
was made. We have to follow orders, though. Then you know what I'm saying?
But that's a shit fucking leader. I'm gonna be honest with you. I'm sorry. If you're gonna have somebody in a command fucking position, whatever the fuck it was, don't give a fuck and not want to talk to criminals and rather just tase them and fucking bring them into jail instead of just fucking talking to them. What is wrong with the fucking PD at that point?
Because I know Bean is one of my operators. Bean would not go up there and just tase somebody unless he was told to. Bean would not do
it's not even that. I mean, there's a 13 alpha, you know what I mean? If they're responding to a 13 alpha, that's the bigger issue, Vinny. I do understand your frustration 100%. You guys have probably had to deal with some aggro cops, but the second there's a 13 alpha,
there's more context to it. There's a lot more. And the thing is, like, if I put it in perspective for you, right? You're a cop. It's middle of the night. Alpha just popped off, right? There's 4 individuals masked up in a stolen vehicle, brother. Like, you know what I'm saying? Like
you know what's funny? They didn't mention us to once that we were in a stolen vehicle.
Yeah, and that's probably yeah.
It was instant. Get out of the car. We want to see hands. And all we kept doing was asking what the problem was. That's what was the issue. Can we get a little context of what's going on? And Johnson tried doing that, and the next thing you know is that Mr. K is getting fucking hypothetically is getting fucking tased for no fucking reason. We were willing to work with you guys, like, hey, okay, here's our IDs. We're taking our mask off. We didn't do nothing wrong. We weren't on the scene of anything that happened. But instead of doing all of that, it was just instant escalation, tase, putting cuffs, trying to arrest everybody instead of just fucking talking to the people. My point is, I come here because I care, right? I like you motherfuckers. I fuck with you guys. But the problem is that other people won't do this, and they'd rather just fucking kill you motherfuckers and shoot you all day.
So hypothetically, did you guys get away?
Yeah, that's not the point. Hypothetically, yes, we got away hypothetically, but the point is that I'm coming here to say, why can't we have officers just de-escalate, talk
thank
to
you
the
so much
criminals,
for the tier 1. I appreciate
give them the
it.
context of what's going on, and I guarantee you the criminals would be more willing to talk to you guys. That's my point, right? Who gives a fuck who got away? That's not the point. Is why does it have to be instant escalation instead of de-escalating? And when an officer tried to de-escalate the situation, he gets shit on and tells to fuck off, and the next thing you know is that hypothetically Kay's getting fucking
The
goddamn,
condition under
he's
which
getting
an officer
tased.
may transport
You
an
know what I'm trying
individual
to
police
say?
station.
So that's my
The
point behind it.
officer must have
Is
reasonable
that
concern
we're
for
willing to work with
safety
you guys.
and
All we want to see
protection
is a little fucking,
of the individual
you know,
can
a
only
little,
be satisfied
just
by
talk to us.
transporting them to
That's all
police
we're asking.
station. To identify the individual for forensic tools. For an investigative
Yeah, we could,
interrogation that can be performed in a secure location.
It's like a thing of give and take. You know what I'm trying to say? That's what it's about.
Yeah, I get it. I get it.
Yeah, I understand. Listen, again, I'm gonna say this. I think the bigger issue is you probably had to fucking deal with this a lot. The whole thing though is, I mean, 13 Alpha is like our biggest call, right? Officer goes down.
100%.
So I think I understand that, and again, you said you were missing context. I mean, there's still context that could be missing, but 13 Alpha, it's like we gotta fucking, you know.
I get it, and we didn't know that, right? And we had no clue on that. Okay, that's 100% correct on your side.
And you gotta take whoever was leading the scene. You know what I'm saying? Might be missing context also. You know, like it's kind of like it's one of those, right? It's a lot of
giant game of fucked up telephone.
Yeah, that's what it is. It's just a lot of, like, the stars were aligned perfectly for it to be that fucked up, to be honest with you.
Listen, 13 Alpha, 13 Bravo, fucking 78, 77. At the end of the day, bro, all we're asking for is for a fucking conversation. You know what I'm trying to say? If you see the person's pulling over, they're obeying your commands on what you're asking. We're just asking to talk, bro. Just all we're asking for is some fucking communication, man. That's all we want. Just communicate with us. Let us know what the fuck is going on. And then when an officer tries to communicate with us, he gets fucking shit on. And that's not right. That's literally not right. When you have an officer that's willing to fucking communicate, how do you think it looks on us then when an officer's actually trying to communicate with us, and then the next thing you see is basically fuck off, Johnson, instant tasing. Why the fuck would we ever want to talk to you guys?
I mean, that's content. 13 Alpha, though. I guess that's the point I'm making, right? Like,
you listen, dude. You keep basing it off of 13 Alpha. Okay?
I know, but that's what we have to work on. I understand.
What I'm trying to say to you is that when you had an actual fucking officer there that was willing to talk to us and let us know what was going on, and that's all we asked for. That is the only thing we were asking for, is what is going on, and he was willing to talk to us. He was there talking to us, and he gets automatically shit on, and then boom, the tasing starts.
Can I ask something?
Yeah.
I'm somewhat aware of this situation, but I'd just like to hear your context. What do you mean by he was shit on? What happened? And I'm sorry if you've already explained this.
What happened is this is all hypothetical, okay? The situation that happened last night, we were here at PD, just minding our own business. We had nothing to do with the 13 Alpha that happened. An individual walked out of PD, got in our car, okay? We were automatically followed by about 7 or 8 patrol vehicles. They all instantly got out, drew guns, and they were all telling us to get out of the vehicle. All we kept asking for is, we were willing to work with you guys. What is this about? That's all we kept asking, is what is this about? Can we get a little context of what is going on, because we are very confused. We don't know what is happening right now.
So they did a high-risk stop, and you were asking for clarification.
And all we're asking for is clarification. So then we kept asking. They wouldn't work with us. They said, just get out of the car, hands up, okay? Another officer, which was Johnson, came to us and tried to start talking to us. And as hypothetically Mr. K was talking to Johnson, he gets tased from another officer, from the BCSO guy.
Mm-hmm.
And to us, what does that seem? An officer is actually willing to talk to us and tell us what is going on, to notify what is happening. And the next thing you know, while the officer's talking to Mr. K gets tased 3 times.
Okay.
So that's what I'm trying to say is that to that officer, it's like, fuck that cop. Like, don't give a fuck about him. I'm going to still do what I want to do.
Yeah, I hear what you're saying. You know, the context that I got for that situation, when you think about high-risk stops, right? The purpose of a high-risk stop is it's just to get everybody detained, get everybody in a safe location, and then have that conversation. I understand that it was probably frustrating because you're asking questions and feeling like you're not getting answers to them. And I think probably where the officers were coming from in that moment is, one, the lead
Mr. Worldwide,
is...
you need to not be here for this conversation.
Oh, sorry, my friend.
Yep.
Do you realize that, like,
Well,
Mr. K got out of the vehicle, was trying to talk to Viv, doing, like, we were taking all, like, he was just trying to talk, and, like, she just did not give a fuck to talk to us. So in a criminal, let me finish. In a criminal mindset, I'm sorry to cut you off. In a criminal mindset, right, on the criminal side of things, when you're literally sitting there actually trying to talk to an officer and the officer doesn't give a fuck about talking to you, all that is doing is escalating the situation for no reason. Like,
no, I understand. I definitely see where you're coming from.
he even had his hands up on top of it.
I'm very much, you know, de-escalate as much as possible first, right? But
Exactly.
I do also see where they were probably coming, the officers on scene were coming from. You have to, I think you have to take into account that high-risk stops are just that. They're high-risk stops. And that's why, you know, there's a very specific procedure for them. They're definitely not the most fun thing that we do. But because it is already kind of considered, in a way, an escalated situation from, you know, our part as well. We have to go through it with certain steps. I think what was trying to happen there is they were trying to just get everybody in detainment so then they could have that conversation. And I know that Johnson was coming from the, you know, the best place. He was trying to de-escalate the situation and trying to be reasonable, and I absolutely see that. But at the end of the day, I do think that there is value when you are told to do something specific in a very tense situation. You need to be able to trust and listen to your scene lead. And I think that was more of the issue, is that he wasn't listening to the scene lead. And while he had the best intentions, and it definitely could have gone a different way, you know, it could have also gone a very bad way.
Exactly.
And I think you have to keep in mind that Peters and I are very much working right now to we're looking at how, you know, police conduct, police procedure, you know, there's definitely growing pains, but it's something that we're very aware of and actively working. You know, to correct is kind of a hard, you know, is not the right word, but we are actively working on this.
So you know how, like, you said, like, we missed the context of Den getting 13 Alfred, right? I could bet my life on it. Anything I would put on my life, that if we were instantly told from Viv that was back there, or any officer, that instantly, okay guys, listen, there was a 13 Alpha at Mission Row and you guys were there and we just need to identify you guys. I could bet my life on it. Every single one of us would have got out of that vehicle, because we had no clue that there was a 13 Alpha at Mission Row. So you need to understand why we were so frustrated and so confused on what was happening. If we were instantly told the minute we were pulled over, when we asked, what is the stop for? What is the reason for 8 cops drawing guns on us? Because we had no clue about Den getting put down prior to that, okay? we would have done that so quick, got out of the vehicle, showed ID, took mask off. We would have done everything. Okay, but the problem was is that we didn't know the context. We were just instantly 8 cops on us. We were confused as fuck, and we didn't know what was happening. So the reason why I'm trying, I get it's an escalated situation already because it's a high-risk stop. But when you have the criminals that genuinely have no clue what the fuck is going on, isn't it better to inform the criminals on why you're getting pulled over at a high-risk stop than to just detain and just instantly stop everything right there? By just notifying them, hey guys, the reason why you're getting pulled over on a felony stop right now is because there was an officer that was put down in Mission Row, and you guys were there. We would have easily got out and just did everything we had to do.
I think you make a good point that, you know, communication from officers is vital, you know, and I think when the situation, obviously there are going to be situations that don't allow for it, right? Like, you know, you're getting shot at and you're like, hey, stop shooting me. I'm trying to,
exactly,
you know,
yeah.
but when there is a situation that allows for that moment of communication, we should be communicating. And I do agree with you there. It's, again, I'll keep it a buck. It's something that we are actively working on. I'm not going to stand here and throw, you know, Viv under the bus and say that what she did was wrong because she followed procedure. But what I can say is we can look at that procedure and see how we can improve it.
Okay. I appreciate that because like I said, if we genuinely had no clue that Den was put down. We had no clue at all. That's why I guess it was so much more frustrating to us that earlier that happened to Den, right? We come to PD, we're just chilling, talking, yapping a little bit, and then that happens. If that was communicated to us, it would have went totally fucking different.
It was illegal. She drove on the sidewalk. But no, Peters and I will talk about this, see if there's any adjustments that we can make, because you do bring up a good point. Communication is a very easy way to de-escalate situations.
Yeah, that's all it is. I mean, and then you got to understand, I'm talking to you guys from a criminal side of things. I'm telling you right now, we would be a lot at ease talking to you guys, helping you guys out, working with you guys if there was communication there. But I'm going to tell you something, Chief. The reason why that doesn't happen is only a select few officers in this city that actually communicate with criminals. And that's why we're always at each other's necks.
Yeah.
If you guys would be able to work on your communications with the criminals, because at the end of the day, your job is to de-escalate situations and not escalate them, but you have to escalate them on certain times, which is 100% correct. But if you guys would be able to fucking communicate with us better, I guarantee things would be a lot easier. And that's the problem. We, as Chain Gang, I will be honest with you, barely get any type of fucking communication when shit hits the fan. And that's why it always ends up being a tense moment.
You know, I feel like a little bit of a broken record when I say that it's something that we're actively working on, but it's something that we are legitimately working on. Something that I'm working on in tandem with the marshals and BCSO is transparency with the public and communication with the public. I think that there's, you know, obviously there's a lot that goes on in the police department. There are a lot of interactions that happen, a lot of situations, and we need to be disclosing those situations to the public, and keeping people informed. I think it's people's right to know what the police department is doing. I mean, you know, when interacting with the public. So it is something that is in the front of my mind that I, you know, we're Peters and I are only a little bit over a week into this, and we're working on a lot of changes and positive changes.
I'm not saying that you're gonna do it, but it just gives me flashbacks.
What?
Oh no, she's way better. She's.
Okay,
I don't know
good.
if she knows Slacks. Well,
So
actually, she
Slacks
does know
always
Slacks.
used to say, "I'll look into it. We'll work
no,
on it."
She's a lot
Okay,
better.
okay.
Don't worry. No, this is not
I
Slacks situation.
literally made sure to not say I'll look into it. So
Yeah,
you know,
please,
I
please.
thought about that.
Chief, that'll be the worst thing you could do to any criminal in the city, because we've heard probably 1,000,000 times over from Slacks that he'll look into it.
Okay, that's good to know.
Check your phone really quick. Look at that text message I sent you. I had a FaceTime call.
I still have you as snitch when I first met you, when you
that's-
snitched on
yeah.
me.
Okay, speaking of taking pictures of you. Look at that. I took a picture. I was on a FaceTime call with Mr. K last night. See the tears coming out of his eyes?
Because you actually finally caught a fish?
I've
Jesus
been-
Christ.
I don't know. I catch tons of fish. I don't know. It's him.
Bud,
you know,
right.
he's the one that goes barracuda fishing and gets scared when he sees
afraid
the
of the
teeth.
barracudas, I won't lie, okay?
Yeah, he sees the teeth and he just throws his whole fucking rod in the water.
Totally off subject. We were snorkeling in Key West, and we seen, like, I would say a good 300 to 400 fish all disappear on us, and I instantly shit my pants because I thought it was a shark, and it was a huge fucking barracuda. I still almost shit my pants, and I literally pushed my wife out of the way to get it to shore while I was swimming.
Do you have to know how to swim to snorkel?
I mean, yeah, because God forbid if something happens, yeah, of course.
Okay, never mind. Sorry.
Yeah, you have a life vest on, you have snow, but if shit hits the fan, a fucking shark comes at you, a motherfucking cut you're gonna be helpless, not be knowing how to fucking swim.
Yeah, those barracuda are fun. So I used to go fishing down off the coast in the Atlantic, and the barracuda, the teeth are fucking. It's like what? It doesn't even look fucking real.
Then don't worry, I'll come down there. I'll buy you some floaties, bud. All right, we'll go.
No,
we'll
I still have the vest. Never mind.
Listen, I'll buy you some floaties. I'll teach you how to swim. All right. You know how I learned how to swim? My uncle threw me in the 12-foot section of a pool and told me to swim to the 4-foot section.
My uncle did the same thing, almost died. My mom.
Yeah, my cousin's the only one that went straight down. All of us actually succeeded.
Yeah, I went straight down. I went straight to the bottom.
Yeah. But Chief, it was great to meet you. Like I said, I hope there will be change because, you know, Peters is a good guy. I don't know you. But, you know, hopefully some good things come from it, because at the end of the day, you know, these guys know me. You know, I like to see shit just go flowing steady. Sure, shit'll hit the fan sometimes, but as long as that we could get along and be on the same page with shit and not always escalate, I think shit could definitely be better with you in office. So.
Okay. Well, it's very nice to meet you too. And, you know, if things like this happen, you know, bring it up. Talk to us about it. I think that there's always ways that we can try to improve things. You know, for both officers as well as, you know, civilians and people that we're interacting with throughout the city.
Yeah. All right. Well, I'll give you my number. If you just text me so I have your number. If shit comes up, I'll hit you and Peters up about anything.
I mean, you got my other number too. You can always fucking hit me up. You know I love you.
Yeah, of course, dickhead.
Don't call me.
That's my other character. I'm Peters. I'm not dickhead.
Oh shit. Then I don't want to call you. Have you noticed I have your number and I don't call you?
Okay. Just want to feel included.
I mean, okay.
All right. I shot you
Maxwell's
a text
waiting
message.
for me in the office.
All right, guys. Well, I appreciate your time. I appreciate you.
Yeah, I'll take care of that BCSO shit too.
Yeah, and let me just know, okay? Let me know about everything, and if you want to follow up with me, Chief, give me a heads up on anything. If you just like, and listen, I have a big mouth. I'm Italian, okay? I know everybody. I'm a fossil in this fucking place. Like, I'll let them know. I'll let people know, like, yo, you're doing the fucking right thing. You know what I'm saying?
Okay.
right.
Yeah, just, you know, just keep in touch, okay? We
All
want
right,
to know.
sounds good.
We genuinely want to know these things. We want to know.
I'm getting an unknown number. Oh,
Okay,
fucking
well,
damn it.
good luck with that.
All right.
Yeah,
Hello,
let
unknown
us know
number.
if you
VDM
need help.
Motors, where it's never not funny. How may I help you?
That's a good slogan.
Do the same story again for Maxwell.
Yeah, we could hear that. Fuck, what did I want to say?
I mean,
there was something.
he is right. It is never not funny.
Yeah, he's right.
All right.
Sorry, it's working. You remember that shit we talked about last night?
Yeah.
My head.
All right. It is never not funny. You doing all right, Denzel?